second night of a back-to-back. You guys end up holding off the Mavs. Just what stood out to you most about your team's efforts tonight?
Just our resilience. I thought the Mavericks gave us a lot of good punchbacks, and we just weathered the storm. I think that just is a sign of a team that's continuing to grow and continuing to get better. Just really proud of the way we responded tonight.
Obviously, getting Tyler back for this game, his season debut, just the impact besides on the court. What does he give you guys, off the court, on the bench, on the sideline, just the impact there?
I mean, yeah, just his voice, his presence. He's always got a smile. He's just great to have, not just on the floor, but in the locker room as well. Really just happy to have him back. Happy to see him have a night like that, fit right in, like he never left. So just really happy to see him perform like that.
How impressive he's just been with the run Kel'el's been on lately.
Crazy. This guy, we push him hard. A lot of guys do. Try to feed that guy as much confidence as I can because we know he's got, unlimited potential. He's just getting started. Really proud of how he's been able to respond to all this, all this push that we give him. So just really proud of him.
Do you feel like you're seeing more emotion from him on the court?
Yeah, for sure. I love it. I love to see him yell, scream, get nasty, all that stuff.
Supposed to speak about the importance of these really close games, and obviously with the amount of games in the last couple of nights, how important are these kind of close games?
They're extremely important. To win a game like this was really important for us. I mean, we've been playing so great offensively, and to not really go off to a great start like we're used to, but just lean on our defense is the way we're going to win and win big in this league. So I thought that was great how we all responded. We didn't get discouraged by the missed shots. We just continued to buckle down and play defense.
I mean, yeah, so, just going in, trying to make the right plays and finish out the game right so we can get the win.
And just the way you guys did finish it out, it just seems that mindset. And basically, Coach said, you rebound, you play. You rebound, everything else, doesn't matter as much. Is there just a mindset that every rebound is your rebound, especially in those situations?
I mean, yeah, of course. It's like that throughout the whole game. It's not, not even just in that, specific moment. I'm thinking about just get the ball the whole game.
Is this the kind of run you sort of envisioned, that let me get my legs, let me find my footing in the league, and eventually it'll come around? I mean, is this as confident as you felt since you've been in the league, and how does this boost you going forward?
I mean, you put in the work. They say ball of fire energy, and I feel like that's just if you put in the work for a long amount of time, it'll start to pay off and it'll start to go your way. So.
Getting Tyler back, obviously, making his season debut tonight. Can you talk about the impact that he had tonight on and off the court?
Oh, yeah, I mean, y'all seen what he could do last year. For him coming back doing that, his first game back after being away for a while is, it's something special. So I'm just looking for the next few games.
What does it say about this team? You just find a way with different guys. I mean, all of a sudden we find out no Norm. You're without Wiggs still, no Jovic, but it seems in this 5-game winning streak, it's someone else. It's been you consistently. Today it's Tyler. What does that say about the team? You're finding different ways.
I mean, anybody can go out there and score. Everybody's ready. Everybody's to go lock in defensively. I mean, it just shows that we got guys that, is ready to play.
Just going back to your confidence, it feels like we're seeing a lot more emotion from you on the court. Is that just from level of confidence, just results, just more relaxed on the court? Why do you think we're seeing more of that from you?
I mean, I feel like, when you're playing a little harder, it just comes out. So I would say that.
Bam, obviously the team went through a lot of changes. Norman out, but Tyler's in his season debut. He comes up big, starts a little slow offensively, picks it up as the game goes on. How important was he, and what did you see from him in his season debut, especially in a close game like this?
I mean, he didn't shoot as many threes as I thought he would. He was definitely getting in the paint, and he was just playing off the offense. He wasn't doing too much. He was playing within his rhythm, and obviously came out with a great game.
Obviously, we've talked about the offense looking different this season. How do you see Tyler kind of fitting in to the way you guys are playing offensively?
I mean, you see it out there, man. We got a lot of guys that's hard to guard off the catch. Instead of it being pick and roll, you can kind of scheme against it. But like I said, we don't really run plays. You can't really scout us like that. And then obviously our pace, and we try to wear on you through that way, and we get stops. So we're just one of those teams. We're trying to just every game just hit those 3 marks. Run with pace. Play controlled havoc offense and get stops.
You've seen Tyler in practices in times that we haven't. Of anybody, he was the highest usage pick and roll guy last year. So he's going to lose the most pick and rolls in essence. Have you seen him take to this whole thing pretty naturally?
Yeah, I mean, as you see, it's a fun offense to be a part of. It's not a lot of pick and rolls, but we're sharing the game, and you like those type of games where everybody feels involved. Everybody feels like they get a chance to be aggressive, put pressure on the rim, and we're being successful off of it.
Bam, you've been around with a lot of, you kind of knew probably coach was going to say after the game, winning in the mud. Does it say something that with all the scoring and pace and tempo to know that if there is one like this, there is an alternate way for this team maybe to get back to its roots if it has to and win this way?
Yeah. We're going to always hang our hat on getting stops. No matter how the offense is going, no matter, who's making shots, defense is one thing that we hang our hat on.
Bam, you saw Cooper against you guys in Vegas a couple summers ago, and obviously this isn't. I mean, they're losing a lot of tough games, and he's learning a lot, probably in a way that he has never really gone through something like this before. But what are you seeing just from him, and what do you see the potential as there for what he can be?
He's not scared of the moment. A lot of guys would drift to the corner when there's 2 minutes left in the close ball game and kind of, let the vets handle it. He was going to get the ball. And when you see somebody like that, he's growing up faster than people think. By the end of the season, he's going to be, I feel like he's going to be one of them ones that's hard to guard because, he's going through those moments now early in the season.
I know you're used to teams pulling you to the corner and out of the play defensively, but it seemed that there was a couple plays early, at least in the first half, where they were testing you in isolation a little bit, and you got to show some of that defensive one-on-one stuff. I guess are you surprised? I guess at this stage, Vicar, when guys do test you one-on-one in that way?
Not surprised. I mean, you gotta test defense every once in a while, but I hang my hat on defense a lot of times. Even though, first half the rim was bent. So that's why a lot of my shots didn't go in. But second half, I picked it up offensively and 11 free throw attempts. I missed all of them in the first half, but most of them in the first half. But, that's what it's going to be. Guys going to test defense. Guys going to try to go at you as part of the NBA. So, my mindset is always taking those one-on-one matchups serious and trying to get a stop.
Ben, what are you noticing from the emotion that Kel'el Ware is playing with? We're seeing, it seems like a lot more outward emotion on the court.
Man, I'm gassing him up. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And y'all probably see it on the bench a lot. But like I said, man, a lot of people are, it's been a lot of, the coaches yelling at him, us yelling at him. Then he's got his own people in his ear. Then obviously he has to think about it. So being able to, see what he's doing, man, I'm truly proud of him because he's, like I said, it might not be 20 and 18 every night, but, like, his impact now, it doesn't matter, if it's 7 points and 10 rebounds, you're going to feel his impact, and that's what I want him to keep striving off of, not just, can I get a double-double every night? I want him to really impact winning through being aggressive, obviously crashing the glass, but there's impact in winning because it might not show up in the stat sheet.
Thank you.
Yep. How many turnovers? Man.
Tyler obviously making the season debut tonight. First of all, playing close to 30 minutes, how do you feel in terms of your foot and ankle and playing in a tight game like that? Obviously, you started a little slow offensively, but really got the rhythm going later.
Yeah. First, I just want to thank everyone who helped me with my recovery and my rehab to get back. It was a long 9-10 weeks or so, but it went by fast, and so I appreciate everyone, my coaches, my teammates, everyone who's allowed me to just come back into the lineup and, just help try to win another game. And I know they've been having a lot of fun, and just to be able to go out there and compete with them was great tonight.
Tyler, when you try to find your rhythm tonight, you went to that floater and it kind of worked throughout the night. I think with 11 shots in the paint. How effective was that shot for you, and how much did it help you kind of find your rhythm in your first game back?
Yeah, once I seen one go through, it was just a matter of time. But it felt good to be out there. You know, my teammates feel like we're trying to just act like everything was normal as when I first came out in the first couple of minutes. But as the game went on in the second quarter, I feel like we started to play more as how they've been playing, and that's what I want. Been on a roll the last couple of weeks, and jumping back into the lineup, I want everyone to continue to play the way they've been playing.
What happens now, Tyler? Is it added recovery? I mean, what are you back to a normal routine, or are there still things because of the surgery that you have to deal with?
No, I still got a long way to go. I still got to rehab, recover. I easily could have probably waited another 2 weeks to come back, but I'm healthy enough to be out there, and I want to be out there, so that was most important to me. We kind of circled this date probably 3-4 weeks ago, and I was like, I'm ready. Forget it. I'm ready. So, I took the last couple of days when the team was on the road just to prepare my body for tonight, and it was a lot of fun to go out there and compete and ultimately win.
Clearly, you can still get to your zones even within this offense, but when you are cutting pick and rolls almost entirely out of your diet, is there any instinct that you have to or muscle memory you have to get rid of on the court?
Yeah, for sure. A little bit. A couple of times I was ready to call Kel'el up, let's go pick and roll. But, just being conscious of it, I think as the season goes on, we're going to have to mix in a couple pick and rolls here and there. But at the end of the day, it's about the patterns and recognition that our offense is kind of based on, the way we move without the ball, the spots we're supposed to be in. I think even if pick and rolls were in the offense, we know our spots well enough where we can get to that spacing as long as we're really detailed with it. And right now it's I'll have 2 points on Wednesday. I just want to come out here and compete, play hard, win. Offense is, everyone knows I can score. I'm just trying to win. So,
Tyler, you mentioned Kel'el before, just from the last time you played next to him in that Cleveland series to now suiting up next to him, I guess, in this game. What's, the biggest difference you're seeing with him as he's kind of building a rhythm right now?
Yeah, I think he's I don't want to say he's bought in, but he's got a vision on what he needs to do, and he's continuing to come in every single day and work at his craft. The attention to detail has been there, and I think it's really important for him to continue to work hard and understand, just highs and lows. I've been a young guy, not quite as tall and talented as him, but I've been in his shoes a little bit, and I know it's not always easy. Guys on you every single day, especially here. We're about championships, habits, every single day, and that's that's for a young guy, that's a lot. But I tell you, there's no other way you want to have it as a young guy. This is the place you want to be.
Can you just take us through the winning basket? Were you one surprised to be in that situation, or because who you are, did you almost sort of want to demand the ball for that winning basket? And can you take us through that possession?
I seen Bam. I think Bam got a steal. He threw it ahead to Pella. Pella made a really good controlled play. He could have attacked to the basket against two or three defenders. He made the right play, and I happened to be in the right position, and I was able to get to my spot and make a floater. But Bam made a hell of a steal, which led to that. So without Bam, we wouldn't have made that play.
You played a few with Wiggs last year, and you've obviously seen what Norm's been able to do. What's this thing? What do you envision it looking like? Like how everyone talks about the pace and the scoring and all that, but how effective do you think all this can be when you guys finally all get together?
Super effective. I was bummed out when I seen Norm was out tonight. I was just wanted to see all that come together. And talking with Quinny a little bit, it's going to be a process. We've already played about 20 games, and I've missed almost all of them. So to be just acclimated back into the starting five, you know, and I'm seeing how well Norm and Wiggs and everyone's playing off each other, just trying to come in and, you know, make the right play and let those guys be themselves.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Welcome back. Coach, obviously first game with Tyler back, and offensively maybe started a little slow, picked up as he went on, especially in a tight game like that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like I thought this was a really good game for us to go through. You know, Dallas is a tough-ass defensive team. You know, they get teams in the mud. They're very disciplined in what they do, and I think they're leading the league in these kind of games that go down, you know, to the last 3 minutes. And that's for a reason. They just get you, you know, they don't give up, you know, easy shots throughout the course of the game. So I thought this was a good game for us to have to win it defensively. You know, Bam got the steal. We ended up getting the stop at the end, holding them under 40%. This was kind of more of a throwback game. There were times where we were able to get to our game, but there were times where, you know, they got us in the mud, but we still found a way to get the win. And I think that's a growth opportunity or growth deal for our team, you know, to prove that we can do that. As far as Tyler, you know, it's amazing that he can come back and have that kind of rhythm. That's only going to get better. And when he faces the better defenses, you can see why, you know, we need that skill. You need as much skill and firepower as possible in this league, and it was just exciting, you know, to have him back. There's not an adjustment for him in terms of how we play. He's going to fit right in. He's going to amplify everything we're doing, and I'm happy for him, and you know, it's good that we'll be able to build on this.
Another one on Tyler. I know it's just only one game, but 11 shots in the paint. What did you like about the way he just kind of found his looks today, especially with that?
Yeah, you know, it's within what we're doing. You know, he's great with, you know, his decisions on the catch, playing out of closeouts. You know, just wait until he gets comfortable, you know, shooting the catch three, you know, and playing off the catch that way. I thought he was going to let that one go at the end, but he ended up, you know, turning the corner and making a really tough shot. But he's done that, you know, for years now. You know, and it won't take long for everybody just to get into rhythm. You know, and you know, we want guys to you know, to gain confidence, to grow, and hopefully this becomes, you know, something different, you know, weeks from now, and something much better.
You haven't had many games that were cold from the outside, so we haven't really seen an adjustment necessary, but also only taking 27 threes. Was there like a recalibration at any point in this game?
Look at what any Jason Kidd and / Frank Vogel team, like Frank is one hell of a defensive coach. You just don't get a lot of like wide open looks. You know, we got some in our early offense. Thank God we have that where we're getting them in, you know, semi-transition situations. But, you know, also, and I'm not one to make an excuse, because I think these games are really important. But the third game in 4 nights, you know, you don't have great legs in this one. I think, you know, we probably would have taken a few more threes, and, you know, if you feel fresh. But I don't think we'd have had anywhere near 40 attempts. But maybe a few more of those go down. At the end of the day, who cares? Like, you know, you just got to figure out. There's always a bunch of games during the year. You just have to figure out how to win. It might not be perfect to your identity. It might not be perfect to what the plan was, and that's what this game was. I mean, we had a few times during the course of the game where we got up 9, 10, 11, but they would come right back, as they typically do. But the most important thing is at the end, you just figure it out and get the win.
You've spoken about players having to earn trust in situations. We look out there in the fourth quarter, Kel'el is out there until Bam comes back in. Just the trust that Kel'el has built now, is that just through the recent play, or do you see something that's sort of continuing now
It's all of it. It's his intentions every day. We just really appreciate, how Kel'el walks into the building every day. He takes coaching, good or bad, and he wants to be better, for this team, but he's stacking up, solid days every day, and now these days are contributing to winning. And the way he's rebounding right now, that's earning more playing time. We say that all the time. Make us notice you, impact the game, and then eventually make us have to play you. Make me have to play you. Sometimes these decisions become a little bit more obvious. I have to figure it out. I enjoy that as a coach when I have to figure out, all right, I got to move things around because I can't keep somebody off the floor. But then also secondarily, I think, these kind of close games are important experiences for him, not at the expense of what's best for winning, but the more you go through these kind of stressful situations where you're accountable to doing your job, there's no way to drill it or watch film on it that's equal to actually going through it. And he's earning these minutes for sure.
Looking at Bam jumping that inbound pass late, the early isolations that he was getting attacked in, and just being able to stay in front consistently. I know it's a given at this stage, but just how strong was he defensively in this game? But that when it is in the mud, you kind of see it.
Yeah, that's where he's going to thrive at the best, right? When it's going to be a competitive, who's the best competitor out there, that defines him. It's not a coincidence that it's not about stats. It's not about, the things that most people turn to. This guy's got a lot of playoff wins, and what he does wins in the playoffs. It wins in June, and so the game was uneven. Even his rhythm wasn't totally there. But then when you need him the most, he gets the steal, he gets 2 free throws, he gets the play at the end, to secure the rebound. He had a bunch of plays with his fingerprints on the game defensively down the stretch, and that's what defines Bam. It's whatever it takes to win. All right, thank you.